Welcome to the second episode of the Beyond Profit podcast. We are pleased to welcome a special guest today in our studio. She has extensive experience in brand development and marketing across the European continent. Natalia Filippociants is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of PepsiCo Beverages Europe. Welcome to our podcast, Natalia.
Nice to see you, Andrea.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. It's very good to have you here. You're in town on account of the UEFA Championships League final, and we will talk about that a little bit too very soon. But before we do that, I have a few personal questions. I'd like to ask you to tell our viewers a little bit about your career and the most significant milestones in it.
Well, I'm a PepsiCo veteran. I joined the business in 2005. I'm Russian, born and raised in Moscow, so I joined the business in Moscow Foods division of PepsiCo as a marketing manager. So this is how I started, and I stayed with PepsiCo ever since because it's such a beautiful business and provides so many opportunities for growth for the employees and the businesses we build. It's a global business, so the career opportunities and the learning experiences are limitless. Mm-hmm. So I stayed with PepsiCo. In 3 years, I moved to beverages side of the business, and I stayed with beverages ever since because it's such an exciting and dynamic market, and we're creating so much in that space. Consumers' trends are evolving, their needs are evolving, we're serving those needs, we're evolving portfolio. I was moving across markets. I started in marketing beverages Russia, then I moved and I managed Eastern European markets, strategy insights, commercial. And then I was offered a global role. So I was leading Pepsi Global out of our HQ in Purchase in the US for 6 years. So I'm the Pepsi girl, and I love that.
Yeah.
And then I moved to the general management. So you see, you can do the marketing in PepsiCo, you can do strategy, you can do the insights, and then you can take a pivot. You can take a career pivot and move to the general management path. And I moved to UK. I was general manager for UK and Ireland beverage business. And a few years ago, I've taken a GM role to lead the European beverage business. So here I am.
Yeah.
And therefore, I'm here in Hungary with our beverage business, with our partners to celebrate the beautiful game and the final.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned that you've been with PepsiCo for a long time, since 2005.
Yeah.
And during this time, you have worked in several regions in Europe, several different types of markets. I'd like to ask you, what are the core leadership values that you believe in, that you find especially important to implement in the multicultural environment that you work in?
I worked across continents, global, local, multi-markets. And you cannot succeed if you don't listen. And you cannot succeed if you are not inclusive in the way how you listen and how you act on what you hear. Because cultures are so different, and we are all biased by default. So listening and understanding what you see and what that means, and then acting accordingly is critical leadership skill. And therefore also emotional intelligence is critical because we all work with people, for people. So that worked for me. If I didn't listen, then I wouldn't be where I am now.
Absolutely. So let's talk about PepsiCo then. Most people, when they hear the name, they think of carbonated soft drinks. But the portfolio, the beverages portfolio in general, is even much wider than that.
Yeah.
Could you highlight some of the company's other products for us?
Well, PepsiCo is not only beverage business, it's a foods and beverage business, which is very important. Foods is a very important part of our portfolio, but today we'll talk more about beverages. We serve all the consumer needs across all liquid, refreshing beverages. So we start with Pepsi brand that plays in cola. Core business, flavored cola, then we move to the flavored carbonated drinks, which is served by Mirinda, 7-Up, Mountain Dew. Most of those brands are present in Hungary. And then you move towards hydration, the water, the flavored water, functional beverages. We have Gatorade brand that plays in sports, functional drink. And we're developing new brands that will be playing in a differentiated way in functional spaces like everyday hydration. We're looking into powders, as well looking at the emerging consumer needs and how we serve those needs. So we have broad range of iconic brands that play globally and locally, and a broad range of product solutions that are serving indulgent needs but also functional needs.
Mm-hmm. Great. Do you have a personal favorite?
Yeah, well, I was raised on Pepsi Max and Pepsi Zero, as we call it today, so that's my favorite.
Interesting, thank you. So because of your career path, you are familiar with the markets of many various countries. What unique characteristics of the regional Central Eastern European market have you observed, and specifically the Hungarian market?
Hungary is unique. Yeah, I love this market and people, and it's so unique. Well, a few things to mention, and it's interesting facts. One is Hungary is one of the most developed beverage markets in Europe. So per capita consumption is one of the highest.
Wow.
Then I see that Hungarian loves energy drinks. Well, they love coffee, and they love stimulating drinks. They love energy drinks. So energy segment is overdeveloped in Hungary, so if you think about beverages. And also interesting fact that you guys like to mix cola with coffee.
Yes, we do.
I don't know where it comes from, but I know the taste is amazing. I read that it gives more stimulation and more refreshing stimulant experience with the flavor with the taste of coffee. So that's a unique fact. So there are taste profiles that are very unique to Hungary, and then it's one of the most developed markets. That's why it's a very important market for us, of course, to play and succeed.
Interesting. And what I think some of our viewers might not be aware of is that several Pepsi products are actually being produced in Hungary. Which ones are these, and how did that come about?
Well, that's interesting. We are partnering in Hungary with Matoni business. So we have a long-term relationship with Matoni across Central Europe, including Hungary. So it's a big beverage business, and we combine our portfolios, Pepsi portfolio and Matoni portfolio, who play in water, in hydration, and with that we are offering the strongest portfolio in the market. So if you think about customers and consumers, and we invested back in 2025 in a new high-speed production facility in Hungary. So now we can say that we are present in the market, and we invested in the market, and we are producing in the market. For now, we produce Pepsi. We sell more than Pepsi. We sell 7-Up, Mirinda, Mountain Dew, Gatorade. So we're present with more brands, but we're sourcing them for now from the neighboring countries. But last year we invested and we started producing Pepsi. And that's amazing because that demonstrates commitment to the market, that demonstrates commitment to the local communities, that creates jobs. It's all good, especially within the current economical landscape. Yeah? So we're very proud of that. That also demonstrates our commitment to the country.
To the country,
to the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, every generation has its own consumer habits, even if I just look at within my own family. How can a global brand as big as Pepsi appeal to both the older generation and, let's say, Generation Z, while remaining relevant with both age groups?
Yeah, that's important, right? We have to evolve with the trends. We also have to be catering to the all generations and serve them in the way that is relevant. The first thing is we listen to consumers. We are not dogmatic, so there is no, of course we have the brand guardrails and what we stand for and what we do and what we don't do. Every global brand have it. We believe in the global to local model, and local means local consumer needs, not only the cultural needs but also generational needs. And of course there are, as generations, now we see generational shifts happening like never before. And the influence, as you think about the influence of Gen Zers and Alphas, they're becoming influential in terms of the purchasing power. And of course, they're influencing beverages choices and what brands do. We listen to them. We listen to them and we evolve portfolio, we innovate. So if you think about Pepsi, we started with Pepsi Blue long time ago, yes, with Pepsi Original. And we still build it. But as young generation comes into purchasing power, they demand different solutions. They demand more permissible solutions like no sugar beverages. They demand more or they want more flavor innovation. So what we do, we're driving Pepsi Zero. Our Pepsi Zero is half of our range today, half. Which is significant. We will launch Pepsi flavors, lemon flavor, cherry flavor, mango flavor. That's what young generation love. They're experimenting, they're learning, they're trying, so we're offering that.
As we mentioned before, you are in town for the UEFA Champions League finals because PepsiCo has been a partner of this event for several years. Could you tell us a little about this relationship, how it evolved from just a simple sponsorship to a broader platform that builds culture, includes fan engagement, and consumer connection too?
Well, first, football is such a beautiful game. We love it. We love it at PepsiCo. People love it. Our brands love it. And it's important for us for business because you have millions of consumers either playing the game or watching the game or celebrating the game or connecting with their families through these game moments, right? On and off the pitch. And if I take Pepsi as an example, as a brand, Pepsi has been always at the intersection of the game and entertainment and music and culture. So it's just the sweet spot for us and the right platform to build our brands on, but also serve our consumers and local communities. So we've been activating, and we want to place our brands into those moments that either moment before the game or moment during the game. So if you think about Gatorade and the hydrating properties of the Gatorade, so it's good for the athletes as they play. Or the moments when you as a family connect, watching the game, sharing the food, sharing the drink, bars and restaurants. So these are the moments that matter. Yeah? They're emotionally charged, they're positive, and we want, of course, to connect our brands with those moments, but also amplify them. Now, UEFA is an incredible partner. So we started partnering with UEFA Champions League in 2015, and ever since we're happy. I think we're both businesses are happy with how we build our connections and how we learn and strengthen the quality of investments into the game and how we activate our brands and how we elevate the game overall. We activate Pepsi, Lay's, and Gatorade on the Champions League platform, and it's very successful in terms of driving the audiences for the game, in terms of driving the brand relevance, in terms of driving brand penetrations. It's a very successful partnership. We're also committed partner to the UEFA Foundation for Children's Foundation, right? So that's a charitable foundation that supports vulnerable children and vulnerable communities from around the world. And we're investing in the programs that foundation activates from around the world. And we're creating meaningful impact in communities that makes us really proud.
That's wonderful. So this year's final, which is happening tomorrow, the Champions League final, is putting the global spotlight right on Budapest, and it's creating an opportunity not just for Hungary and its capital, but also for Pepsi with the local market and also globally.
Right.
How exactly is this relevant? Why is it so special for your company?
Well, look, the final is the moment, right? It's the spotlight of the whole tournament, and the audience, global audience, is millions and millions of eyeballs on that moment. And also how many people come to Budapest to experience that, and how many local people are experiencing what they're experiencing. So that's the culmination of everything, right? And the vibe is here, and the beautiful weather is there, and people are on the street even before the game. So that's the moment for us where we want to participate. That's the moment where we want to amplify and create more experiences for people beyond the game. We're activating a lot off the pitch. So we have the fun zone in Budapest, where we have the gaming experiences for people to participate. We have the merch store. We have the crafted beverages. The first experiment that we run in Budapest, and then we'll be scaling across Europe, is crafted beverages truck.
Oh.
So it's a freshly made carbonated soft drinks that are premium with addition of cream and inclusions and beautiful multisensorial taste profile and the experience, how you drink it and what you feel when you drink it.
One of PepsiCo's unique programs is Gatorade 5v5. which is the company's way of investing in the future generation and in encouraging you to do sports. And as a part of that, there's also a tournament that's been going on in Budapest the past few days. And I believe it's going to finish in a few days from when we are recording this. Why is it important for PepsiCo to invest in the next generation?
Well, because that's the right thing to do. Because we're the big business, and we're a purposeful business, and we want to invest into people development, and young generation is where we should all invest, right? And give them opportunities that, maybe they don't have. So that's our right, and that's our purpose, and we're a purposeful business. And look, the Gatorade 5v5 was very successful, and when you look at the faces of the people and the children that play the game alongside their football icons, it's an incredible experience that gives them confidence, that creates a learning opportunity for them, and that sets them up for success in sports and in life. So that's it's just amazing what corporations can create food for people, and especially the younger generation.
And there are young people, if I understand correctly, from numerous countries coming
together to compete. Yeah,
that's beautiful. And there's another very important example that PepsiCo is involved in. It's called Lay's Replay. And it combines utility with fan engagement while also doing something very important, and I'll explain that for our viewers who may not be familiar with it. It's a global sustainability initiative that the company is involved in, and as part of that, empty chips packets are used to build soccer pitches, football pitches, around the world in deserving communities. And so far, 13 have been built, and the latest one was actually inaugurated and officially opened in Budapest yesterday. I'm guessing to huge success. I wasn't able to be there. Could you tell us a little more about why that's important, and especially from a sustainability aspect for Pepsi to be involved in?
Replay is the initiative that we activate together with the UEFA Foundation. So it's one of the biggest initiatives that creates real impact. And indeed, we launched 13. The first one in Eastern Europe is launched yesterday, or presented yesterday in Budapest. So that's amazing. And since we started building that initiative with Foundation, I believe we activated around 890 play sessions from around 11 countries. So we are now present in 11 countries, almost a million. So we're getting close to the million play sessions.
It's truly investment in the future. And I'm told we are running out of time. So let me just ask you one last thing. Will you be there at the match tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely. And the kickoff show.
Yes.
Don't miss the kickoff show.
Absolutely. The kickoff show with the Killers.
With the Killers. Yeah, that's amazing. That's such a beautiful platform that brings entertainment to the pitch, which never happened before until Pepsi started bringing it in 2016, I believe. Yeah, so let's enjoy it tomorrow.
I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And if you like this interview, make sure to subscribe and follow us, and tune in for our next show after this.